quite an important weekend for you. First of all, it's a return home, Swansea, and looking forward to getting back there.
Yes, always obviously my hometown, or near enough anyway, and it's always nice to go back. And we've had some good games here some of the last few years. They've always been a difficult side to beat and close games with them. Obviously they're having an off season this year, let's say, and they're under pressure a bit, so that might add to the tension from their point of view. So hopefully we can capitalise on that and add to the good performance that we had last weekend and getting the 3 points there. I think it's important to get back-to-back wins.
It's hugely important, wasn't it, that victory, to put you back in contention of a top half finish again? Now?
Yeah, I think, listen, from our point of view, it did go under the radar a bit, the fact that there were difficult games we'd played. Yes, we hadn't won or we'd lost 4 games in a row, but they were difficult games, and you look to come through that period unscathed in terms of just confidence more than anything with the team, which I think we do. We'd always felt that we hadn't lost too much confidence in a way we play and individuals as well. So yeah, it was good that the home game and the goals we scored as well were a massive bonus. 3 good quality goals. So it's important now. I say we all want to finish the season well, so it's important that we try and get something at Swansea and hopefully, as I say, back-to-back wins.
It's going to be difficult, isn't it? Paul Clement suggested earlier this week it's probably their biggest game for 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, so on the one hand, that they're going to be massively up for it and, running and chasing and working like their lives depend on it, but at the same time, we can affect their game if we start well and maybe give them a few doubts and make them a bit apprehensive. So I think the key for us has got to be that opening quarter of the game to make sure we start fast and add to the pressure they're under.
Have you been a little bit surprised by their season, or doesn't that surprise you given the quality of the Premier League nowadays?
Well, it doesn't surprise me as much as, as I say, sort of putting out the top, leaving the top 6 out of it. I think it can generally happen to any one of the rest of the clubs. You get on a bad run and teams lose confidence as well. I must say I'm a little bit surprised because they've got quality players in there, but you usually find one, if not 2 teams every year sort of surprising people. Look at that. I mean, Aston Villa, Newcastle last year, nobody thought it would happen to them, and they went down. So yeah, again, it just puts everybody on their toes when you look at that situation. But say they're not dead and buried yet, and hopefully after Saturday they get enough to keep them in the league, because obviously got a soft spot for them because from that area.
Talking about after Saturday, 24 hours after Saturday, you've got the small problem of undertaking the London Marathon. Are you looking forward to that? Are you ready for it?
I'm as ready as I'll ever be, and I don't. That doesn't answer your question because I know. Listen, I put enough training in, enough miles in. It's going to be hard on the old knees at my age. So I'm doing it with my son as well. So yeah, really looking forward to it now because obviously it's the end of a long road getting there, and looking forward to the day itself. But as I sort of said in last week's programme, that it'll take the edge of it, certainly if we don't get a result on Saturday. If we do get a result, then I'll wake up raring to go on Sunday. But if we, either way, I'll have the match sort of replaying in my mind over and over while I'm pounding the miles. So yeah, it'd be interesting.
And you're doing it for a good cause as well. You're not just doing it for your self-benefit. You're doing it for the Guide Dogs for the Blind.
Yes, Mark, doing it for Guide Dogs for the Blind. It's something that's close to my heart. Certainly over the last sort of 5-6 years, I've sponsored Guide Dogs, and funny enough, I mentioned to Ryan Shawcross about it, and I think he said his mum actually trains them, not as much as trains them to be guide dogs in the latter stages, but certainly I think he said when they're puppies that she gives them a home, and again there's certain ways that you've got to treat them even at that early age to prepare them for what lies ahead. So it was an interesting fact that Ryan came to me and said that as well, and he's sponsored me as well, for a significant amount, as have a lot of the lads. So very grateful to that, and as I say, if anybody does fancy doing it, then obviously my giving site was on in the programme last weekend, I think, so it's still open to do it right until the day and even after, I think. So yeah, it's all for a good cause. In
terms of challenges, is it one of the biggest that you've probably undertaken?
I think, yeah, definitely. Funny thing, as a footballer, you're always used to maybe, years ago you'd go, again, going for runs in the pre-season to keep yourself fit, but looking back on all the time, I've always gone out and gone for a jog and gone for a run. And the most I've ever done, and even in those days, was maybe a 3-mile run, a 5-mile run. So definitely in uncharted waters lately. And I think my last big training run was about 7 days ago. I did 20 miles, and the state on me after 20 miles. I don't know what I'm going to be like after 26 on Sunday, but as I say, it puts you in those little areas in your mind where you think you're going to be coming Sunday. So as I say, really looking forward to it, and I'm sure it'll be a great occasion.